major organs like your heart, arteries, your sexual organs, like Dr. Andrews said, concentrated with melanin. Your liver, muscles, gastrointestinal tract. Why did nature say we're going to put blackness where there's high functionality needed, or where there will be high functionality? That's essentially everything. And then it coats the outer surface black. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, it can't be any better. You wonder why, when light goes through the eye, before it hits these rods and cones, there's a black layer that it has to pass through, and that layer is melanin. Why did it put melanin before the light passes through? So it could pass through the melanin. There's a big reason for that. Okay, now, if we got all of this melanin in us, what are some of the things, conditions controlled by melanin? Mental maturation and organization. We talked about that earlier. What made the little baby girl set up, sophisticated, proud, like a young African? Organization, body organization. Integration of sensations. Sensory input, motivation. What gives you that uplift to go out and do things and to succeed? Where you get the motivation, that inner drive from? Dreaming. Anti-cancer. Now, we can't take melanin capsules, okay? Because the melanin capsules, the melanin molecule is so big, the small intestines will not allow it to go across into the bloodstream. Okay? So, you already have it in you, so you don't have anything to worry about. However, it's preventing the white man from taking melanin. Okay? So what they're trying to do is use melanin precursors like dopamine and dopa. And hopefully it will cross the barrier and get into the bloodstream and polymerize into melanin. So you eat foods like mushrooms, red wine, and stuff like that that are high in dopamine. You bite an apple, you let the apple sit out there, and all of a sudden it starts to turn black on you. It's polymerizing into melanin, black melanin. Okay? So you eat these fruits that are high in concentration of precursors that will eventually go to melanin. Movement. I don't have to say any more about movement, y'all. I mean, that multi-rhythmic thing that we have, the downbeat. Emotions. See, we've been trained to think that emotions, something is wrong with emotion, but it isn't. I mean, we would make some of the best actors in the world in Hollywood if they would just give you a chance to get down there and do your thing. Because you can show, you can move, you can go through the expressions, you can create everything physically that's needed by Hollywood. You should make great actors. Motor output, boom. Athletic, they say, yeah, y'all can do that, y'all can run, you know. You can't manage, but you know, you can play in the outfield, catch a baseball, you know, and throw it to first base. But just give them the same salary, though. Give the black man $80,000 or $100,000 a year to manage, and sure, he'll go down there on those training camps and do just like the white boys. Memory. See, that's very, very important. That's one of the things that we need to look at real in depth. Scientists, all professions, you know, making that child to be the number one thing. Complete. Part of it is memory. The ability to go through memory recall. Not those non-static teaching situations, but highly movable teaching situations. So the memory recall can be better.